Hey there everybody, welcome to a new variety of video. I haven't really done something similar to this before. Basically, I'm going to be going over what I've been doing this league in order to generate currency. I've been playing solo, not any party magic find this league, but I have still been doing some magic find stuff. I've got a spectral shield throw build that I've thrown together that I've been able to squeeze a decent amount of quantity into. I think I have 63% total between the Venters, Sedima's, Goldworm, and a quantity amulet that's been Shaper touched. And what I've been doing is I've actually not really shaped my atlas yet. I want to. I intend to once I get 15 out of 15, which I just recently got Elder to spawn on a T15 map, so I should be able to go and take care of that pretty soon, but it's been annoying to do so. But yeah. As far as what I've been doing up until this point, though, I've had basically just a fully completed atlas, going for as much as completion as I can, while shaving off some of the maps I absolutely hate, such as Crystal Ore and Necropolis. Don't like seeing those drop. Malformation, Torture Chamber. And I've been taking advantage of some of the mechanics that people have been kind of overlooking. For a while, I was farming for specific beasts, which is still a perfectly profitable thing to do. I just got a little bored of it because it required running the same map over and over again, but people weren't really aware of which beasts had value. I think more awareness is starting to spread through the community, but for those of you who aren't sure, like some of the specific ones I've been farming have been Krashik Presence Waste Lurchers. Those show up in Leyline and Sulfur Vents, and Krashik Presence Octopuses over level 80, which show up in Reef. What I've been doing recently, though, is rotating my prophecy wheel really frequently and often, buying up silver coins in order to do so. These things are cheap as dirt right now. They're 5 chaos, or 5 coins to a chaos, I should say, which means that whenever you get a bad prophecy, you can just seal it, take it out of your wheel, and just keep spamming prophecies. And Navali has a habit of just giving you money if you give her enough silver coins. You can just sit here and seal these all day. Now that is kind of boring, and you do have to know which prophecies you want to seal and which ones you want to keep. I actually don't even bother with this one, but it will end up making you money. There's a twice enchanted, that's 8 chaos, so the number of coins I got to get to that was maybe 6 coins. 8 chaos is 40 coins worth of value. You can see how the returns start to pile up. Twice enchanteds come out of the prophecy wheel all the time. You can sometimes hit the Calmsign one. If you're the most obscenely lucky person in the world, you could hit the Atziri's Mirror prophecy, and then you're set for the rest of the league, and indeed probably for standard. But I've also been sealing and using a bunch of the better prophecies just for higher tier maps. So things that generate a Tempest, these just add 20% quantity to your map. Plague of Rats, Plague of Frogs, those are awesome. And whenever I feel like not playing the Navali game, I just pop open a map, throw in some good prophecies. Got a Plague of Rats, got a Lightning Falls. I usually try and have a few other good ones in here, and run it with Harbinger, provided the map is over T13. Harbinger is actually super strong, a good reason to rush for Zana 8 this league. Ancient Orbs have been almost covering the cost of Harbingers. Like 80% of the cost of entry for Harbingers is covered just by Ancient Orbs currently, though those have been falling in price a bit. And then occasionally I'll put together an Exalt from Exalt Shards. I'll put together a lot of Chaos, that'll just help to recoup those losses as well. Put together Horizon Orbs, which are super useful. My Alch Sustain problems are gone because Harbingers drop Alch Shards like candy. And Harbinger packs drop maps. They drop so many maps. They're blue mobs and rare mobs spawned in huge bunches, and blue and rare mobs like to drop higher tier maps. So I'm just going to run a map real fast to demonstrate. Hopefully we got the prophecy to proc. I didn't, which is unfortunate. And that is the one annoying thing about prophecies. But it makes a general mapping strategy like what I have, where you're rotating through a bunch of different maps, a lot more powerful. Because if it didn't proc in here, I can just go run another tile set and it'll probably proc in there. Good to see that go off, frees up a prophecy slot. And it's been pretty darn easy to build up chaos. I do have to, at the end of the day, transition a bunch of my other currencies into chaos, because Harbinger is fairly expensive chaos-wise, 6 chaos per run. So I don't make it back just in raw chaos drops, but I sell Guardian maps whenever I'm running T15s or 14s and killing the boss. I sell Ancient Orbs, Horizon Orbs, Harbinger Orbs. Actually, I usually use Horizon Orbs, but the ones that I don't use I do end up selling, and they sell in bulk at a decent rate. And I sell any excess maps that I don't want to run. Things like Arsenal, Malformation, the bad maps. They'll either get Horizon orbed into being good maps or just sold off so I can get some profit. And I only end up running the maps I actually enjoy, thanks to Harbinger, which is really nice. Hi Zana, how are you? Another side effect of spamming Prophecies that actually ties into Harbinger is it made it really easy to get a ton of Zana mission Prophecies, which then of course zoomed me right up to Zana 8 super fast. Got a bunch of Gracious Masters as well, so she does have a good map for me though. I think I'll finish this run and then come back and do that afterwards. And add to that the fact that Harbingers are actually just a ton of fun to play against on this build in particular, because the tiny little shield throw projectiles just shred through the pack and destroy everything in their path. It makes even the less dense maps, because if you're running natural T13s and that sort of thing, you're going to have a lot of less dense content, feel a lot better and a lot more forgiving. And just worth running. I don't know, I feel like if you're running T13 plus maps, and you have Zana 8, you should be taking advantage of Harbinger right now. It's very strong, and anybody can be taking advantage of Prophecies. While silver coins are 5C each, there we go, we got some annulment and ancient shards. And each ancient shard works out to being about 1.3 chaos right now, so that was 3.9, almost 4 chaos. That one Harbinger basically paid back 2/3 of the cost of entry, and then there's all of these little bits of currency here, which I should probably make Alk shards larger on my filter because they are worth picking up, given that there's an Alk shortage this league. Oh, and the last thing that I want to show you guys is I've actually been speeding up my map clears by not bothering to kill bosses on my map clearing build, and instead switching over to a single target build that I've put together and just one-shotting the boss on it. This is a character that's a lot of fun that I am considering putting together a build guide for, but it's not really a very good build as an all-rounder. Does specialize in blowing up bosses though, and it's quite good at what it does, which is why I don't really care for the single target on the Spectral Shield Throw build, but that's neither here nor there. I'm working on guides for both of these characters. Really, I just wanted to highlight how I've been making currency this league, because I've gotten a lot of people coming into the stream asking me, you know, why I'm buying 1,000 silver coins, or why I'm taking the time to actually, like, seal and reuse Plague of Frogs and Plague of Rats, and it's because, while it may not be the most efficient way of making currency in the game, it's a very accessible one, and it's opened up a different way of playing the game for me. You know, if you're just going to go for the most possible currency you can make per hour, it's probably just spam farming something like Burial Chambers or another good map with a good layout and a good div card, with an MF Windripper build, and going fast and rotating through a lot of maps, and there you go, you'll make money. Never really been a question as to, like, whether or not you can make money in the game, but I like to try and find new ways of playing the game because I get very easily bored of the same map over and over again. And while this may not have been the most effective thing I've ever done currency-wise, that's probably the MF party, this has certainly been a more entertaining way to play the game. It's freed me up to play way more maps, and yeah, it's been fairly effective. I've been able to make somewhere in the order of 5,000 to 6,000 chaos worth of currency, that a lot of it I've reinvested back into this build. We could see about killing this boss. I do have the prophecy that causes her to drop a Regal Orb, so it'd be nice to get that out of my wheel. But I think basically it's just looking for systems that are underused, markets that are underserved, and Prophecy is definitely one of them. If she ever wants to show her face, there she is. And you can see this character not nearly as good at single target. Definitely not going to one-shot this. But we'll get there eventually. And we get a Forge of the Phoenix for our trouble. Very nice. Well, anyways, that's about it. A little brief summary. Anything else I missed? One thing you can do, as far as the prophecy flipping goes, if you don't know which prophecies to keep, don't know which prophecies to get rid of, my general rule is, if it's easy to run, you know, if it's just kill a rare monster, open a strongbox, I'll just run it, get it out of my wheel that way. If it costs 1 silver coin to seal, and it's not good, and you don't want to run it because it'll take too much time, just seal it and delete it. Just call it a lost silver coin, it's fine. And you can get a list of all the valuable prophecies off of PoE.Ninja. Very easy to find, and you just look them up on PoE Trade. There's no variables in Prophecies, you know. If you type in the name of the prophecy to PoE Trade and it comes up with a price, that's the price that it is. Just make sure, you know, it's not someone trying to price manipulate, and then you're good to go. Really, really easy way to generate a moderate amount of currency. It's not going to be lucrative by any means, but you can make a decent amount of cash off of it. Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I want to do more things along these sort of lines where it's just me kind of laying out my thoughts and my progress during the league and that sort of thing. Let me know if I can improve on this format, what sort of feedback you've got for me. I'm very interested to hear. And I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good night, everybody.